Hello everyone, welcome to 5 Best Shot. Today we will show how to use Portable Oxygen Concentrator and setup of Oxygen Concentrator. The setups and usage of the Portable Concentrator is shown in this video by particular brands or by manufacturers. Here are the best Portable Oxygen Concentrators on the market.
Hello, and thank you for choosing the Inogen One G3. This short video will help you set up your new Inogen One G3. When setting it up for the first time, you will want to set the system up on a table near an electrical outlet. If you have not yet unpacked your boxes, you may want to pause this video and do so now. Be careful not to throw anything away yet. Please read the enclosed Getting Started guide and user manual in their entirety before using the Inogen One G3. Getting started with the Inogen One G3 is easy and requires no additional tools or expertise. Now that you have unpacked all the contents from the box, you have everything you need to get set up. First, remove the Inogen One G3 from the carry bag. Now, ensure that both particle filters are in place. Do not operate the Inogen One G3 without both particle filters in place. It is important that you clean both particle filters weekly to ensure the ease of airflow. Next, insert the G3 concentrator back inside the carry bag. To ensure you have placed the G3 concentrator properly into the carry bag, verify that you can see both air intake and exhaust vents through the mesh material of the bag. Do not zip up the carry bag yet. Now, take one of the batteries and slide the battery into place at the bottom of the concentrator until the latch returns to the upper position. Now you can zip up the bottom of the carry bag. Locate the AC power supply and ensure that the AC input power cord is connected to the power supply. Plug the AC power plug into the nearest electrical wall outlet. Plug the power output plug into the top of the G3 concentrator. You can power your Inogen One G3 just on battery power from any wall outlet or in your car. Whenever your Inogen One G3 is plugged in and a battery is attached, you are recharging the battery. An empty battery may take up to 4 hours to charge, but you don't have to wait for it to charge completely. You can unplug it at any time. You can also plug in to charge the battery at any time. You do not need to wait until the battery is empty. For example, you can leave the Inogen One G3 plugged in all night with a battery attached, and when you wake up, you can use the Inogen One on battery power alone and use around the house. If you get in the car to run an errand, you can plug into the car's power by using the G3 DC power cable provided with your system, and then unplug from your car's power when you get to your destination and run on battery power alone again. If you'll be gone for the entire day or overnight, you'll want to bring extra batteries and your AC power supply. Now you can connect the nasal cannula tubing into the metal nozzle on your Inogen One G3. Oxygen will only be delivered while you are breathing through the nasal cannula connected to the device. Turn on the Inogen One G3 by pressing and holding the on-off power button until you hear a beep and/or see the display screen turn on. Set the flow settings to the flow rate prescribed by your clinical professional. The flow setting can be changed by pressing the triangular flow setting buttons that are marked with plus and minus symbols. Now position the nasal cannula on your face and breathe normally through your nose. An Inogen staff nurse or respiratory therapist will call you to test your oxygen levels on the Inogen One G3 to determine what flow setting you should be using based on your doctor's guidance. The fingertip pulse oximeter in the paperwork bag is used for this test. The pulse oximeter is not covered by Medicare or insurance and needs to be returned with your paperwork. During your telephone appointment to test your oxygen levels, a staff nurse or respiratory therapist will also review the required paperwork with you. This paperwork is very important. Please read through it and sign in the designated areas. After your telephone appointment, Inogen will schedule a pickup of your paperwork using the envelope provided. After this step, you can have your current home care provider pick up their oxygen equipment. Every oxygen therapy product is different. Give the Inogen One G3 some time to get used to. It may be a different pulsing sensation at first than what you're used to. Have the confidence to know that Inogen tested your actual oxygen levels on the product and they meet your doctor's requirements. And Inogen has thousands of other users enjoying the product around the country now. Congratulations! You're set up and on your way to reclaiming your freedom and independence with Inogen.
For convenient use away from home, SimplyGo Mini can be powered by one of 2 rechargeable lithium-ion batteries. When fully charged, the standard battery can provide up to 4.5 hours of operation. The extended battery can provide up to 9 hours. To get the best long-term performance from these batteries, please read the Caring for Battery section of the user manual. Before you insert or remove a battery, be sure SimplyGo Mini is turned off. Hold the device in one hand and use your other hand to insert a standard or extended battery into the bottom compartment. To remove a battery, push the eject button on the center of the battery compartment. If you have been using the device, the battery may be warm to the touch. Both standard and extended batteries have a gauge, so you can check the amount of charge. To see the level, press the black button on the standard battery. On the extended battery, press the 2 black buttons simultaneously. The more LEDs that are lit, the greater the amount of charge in the battery. The LEDs will blink when the battery charge is very low. You can charge the battery using the AC power cord that came with your SimplyGo Mini. With the battery installed, connect the AC power supply output cable to the power input connector on the device. Connect the AC power cord's connector to the AC power supply. Plug the AC power cord into a standard electrical outlet. A green light will illuminate on the AC power supply when the device is energized. Allow the battery to charge fully before you use it for the first time. When charging is complete, disconnect the AC power supply and SimplyGo Mini is ready for portable use. As long as a battery is attached, you can also run the device using AC power. However, never use or recharge the device without the battery installed. To use DC power, plug the outlet cable of the DC power supply into the power input connector. Insert the other end into a vehicle's DC electrical outlet. You can use SimplyGo Mini while your vehicle is running. Innovation and you. Philips Respironics.
Hello, my name is Don Seidel. I work for Care Medical, a division of Chart Industry. Let's talk about the features and benefits of the Freestyle Portable Oxygen Concentrator. The Freestyle is a very lightweight, wearable portable oxygen concentrator that weighs 4.4 pounds. That weight includes an internal lithium-ion battery that powers the battery when you're away from power. The Freestyle has 3 different modalities for powering the device. You can power it with the internal battery or AC power supply by plugging into a wall outlet, or you can also plug it into the DC adapter or the cigarette lighter in your vehicle. Anytime that the Freestyle is plugged into a power supply, AC or DC, it will charge the battery simultaneously while it's in use. Starting from the bottom of the Freestyle, the first thing that we'd like to point out is there is just a little bit of maintenance that is required by the patient. There is a gross particulate filter that essentially filters out any dust particles in the room air that is captured on this filter. This should be maintained once a week by washing it out with warm, soapy water, rinsing the filter out completely, and then getting as much of the water out of the filter as possible. My recommendation is to place it onto a paper towel and just simply pat the filter dry. You can then place it back into the holder and then put it back into place right on the front. Directly up from the gross particulate filter, you will see an area where you can connect your oxygen tubing. Again, Freestyle Portable Oxygen Concentrator uses what we call ultrasense technology, which is extremely sensitive, again, allowing the patient to use up to 25 feet of supply tubing. A nice benefit if you, again, want to set the device down and have the ability to move around without carrying the Freestyle with you. Directly above that, you will find the control panel. The control panel of the Freestyle has several buttons. One button will tell you what the current condition of the battery, internal battery is of the Freestyle, giving you an idea as to how much time you have remaining on the internal battery. And then there are also 3 different flow settings that will tell you or allow you to select the flow rate that your oxygen provider has established for you. By turning the Freestyle around, you'll see some labeling that indicates that the Freestyle does have FAA approval for use on board aircraft. And in addition, it's important to note that every Freestyle includes a serial number. The serial number is important information to have available in the event that service is required. You can contact your current oxygen provider, provide them with that number, and they can give you information regarding warranty coverage. All Freestyle portable oxygen concentrators that are received in are shipped to you in what we consider sleep mode. Essentially what we do when we leave the factory after testing is we disconnect the cables on the battery, which allows the battery to have a longer shelf life. It is very easy to remove or take the Freestyle battery out of sleep mode by simply attaching the AC power supply connector to the Freestyle and plugging it into a wall outlet. With your AC power supply connected and the green light illuminated on the top of the universal power supply, you can now connect your AC power supply into the side of the Freestyle by carefully aligning the button at the very top and sliding the universal power supply right into the side. In doing so, you're going to notice that all of the battery lights are now illuminated and your Freestyle is now ready to operate and out of sleep mode. To demonstrate the charging of the Freestyle Portable Oxygen Concentrator, you can see that there are a series of lights located on the control panel at the top of your Freestyle Portable Concentrator. Anytime that the Freestyle is plugged into either AC or DC power outlets, it will charge the battery, and this will happen simultaneously while it's in use. Currently in this demonstration, you can see that the battery is approximately 75% charged and the 100% light at the top of the scale is blinking. Upon full charge, all lights will remain lit for a few minutes after the charging is complete, and then the lights will go out. Once the lights are out, your battery is fully charged and the Freestyle is ready to be used on internal battery. To operate the Freestyle Portable Oxygen Concentrator, you would select the button that has been chosen by your physician. As you can see, there are 3 different flow settings available on the Freestyle 3 Portable Oxygen Concentrator. If your prescription is a setting of 2, you would simply press button number 2 to start the Freestyle. You now can see that there is a light illuminated directly above the 2 position. When you are using the Freestyle and the device delivers a pulse of oxygen, that green light will blink, letting you know that the device has delivered a pulse of oxygen. When you are done using your Freestyle, you can simply press the button once again to shut the device off. If you are interested in obtaining a Freestyle Portable Oxygen Concentrator, you can do so by contacting your current oxygen supplier or calling the 800 number located directly on this video. My name is Don Seidel. I work for Care Medical, a division of Chart Industries, and I appreciate your time in reviewing the video on the proper use of the Freestyle 3 Portable Oxygen Concentrator.
Hello, I'm Taylor Ingram with Care. Today we're going to go over the basic operation of your SeQual Eclipse 5 Portable Oxygen Concentrator. Do note that this video picks up with the power supplies and the battery already connected. This goes over turning on the unit and operating it. If you need information on how to set your unit up, please reference our out-of-the-box video. Let's go over the basic controls. So the first thing you'll want to do obviously is connect your nasal cannula or oxygen tubing, like so on the bar. If you're going to use continuous flow for stationary use, tubing up to 50 feet is acceptable. If you're using pulse flow, the limit is 7 feet of tubing or cannula length. The control panel has 4 buttons. This is the power button here. The plus and minus buttons adjust your flow rate up or down. And this button with the 3 wavy lines switches between pulse and continuous flow. To turn the unit on, hold the power button down for 2 to 3 seconds and release it. When the Eclipse powers on, it is normal for all 3 lights on top of the machine to come on. During a 5-minute warm-up period, the red, which you see has already gone out, and the yellow should go out. These are caution lights if there's an error or alarm condition on the machine. It's normal for them to stay on during the 5-minute warm-up period, but they will go off if everything's running normally. The only light that should remain lit during normal operation is this green one adjacent to the power button. This indicates proper operation. As you can see now, we're running at 1 liter per minute, 1.0 LPM. If I wanted to change the flow rate, for instance, my prescription is at 2, I would press the plus button to adjust up in a half a liter per minute increment until it says 2.0 LPM. If I needed to switch to a pulse flow rate, I would press the button with the 3 wavy lines we discussed earlier. When I press this, if I switch to a pulse flow setting, notice that the light adjacent to it is set. So if your pulse flow setting, for instance, is setting number 2, you would toggle all the way down until it said 32 mLs, and then your setting number is 2.0. The mLs is your bolus size, or the size of each puff of air that you receive, and the number, the 2.0, is your pulse setting. Let's toggle back to continuous flow by pressing the button again. Notice that the green light is off when you're on continuous flow. Now there's a space on this side of the display panel that's open. This would be where the battery icon is. So right now there's no battery inserted. I'm going to go ahead and insert a battery now so you can see what that looks like. Right now the battery is charging because it's connected to AC power. You can tell the battery is charging because the icon is waterfalling or cascading up and down. This indicates that it is charging. Once the charge is full, the battery icon will stay solid. Now if I remove the AC power to run solely on battery, it will stop charging and the icon will stay on to display the remaining charge on your battery. So this battery that I installed is a little over 3/4 of the way fully charged. To power off the device, press and hold the power button for about 2 seconds again and release it. Once annually, there should be preventative maintenance performed on your device. This will be scheduled by your equipment provider. There are internal filters that need to be changed by a technician. For you, there's a filter on the back that you'll clean once a week. Note the filter here. Each Eclipse comes with 2 of these, so you'll have a spare one. So when it's time to clean it once a week, you would remove it just by pulling outward, wash it with soap and water, and allow it to dry. It is important that it's fully dry before you reinstall it in the unit. This is why we give you a spare one. So while one's drying after you cleaned it, you can put the other one in and just swap them each time you clean them out. And that's really the only maintenance you have to do. The only other suggestion is if you don't use the Eclipse very frequently, you should drain the battery completely and run the unit at least once a month. This helps ensure you get the longest battery times possible and keeps your unit in proper working order. So just once a month, take it down, drain the battery, and recharge it from scratch. Thanks for watching. For more information, please check out our caremedical.com website.
I'm here to visit with you today about the Oxlife Independence Portable Oxygen Concentrator. The Independence is delivered with all the accessories you need for operation, including an accessory bag, 1 or 2 batteries, an AC power supply with power cord, a DC power supply, an additional external inlet filter, a quick start setup guide, and the Independence user manual. The Independence has an integrated cart built directly into the system. To engage the arm and pull handle, simply press the button on the side of the handle and rotate the arm up for transport. Press the button again to rotate the arm down for storage. The external charging power port, as well as the cannula connector, are both located at the top of the device for easy access and patient convenience. To connect your cannula to the Independence, simply slide the cannula over the oxygen outlet port located on the right side of the device. To connect the Independence to AC power in your home or office, make sure the provided power cord is connected to the AC power converter. If it's not, insert the power cord receptacle to the AC brick plug with 2 prongs. Once the AC power supply is assembled, connect the power connector to the device power port and then connect the wall plug into the wall outlet. This will allow the Independence to operate on AC power, as well as provide power for charging the batteries. The Independence can operate on battery power. The length of time the Independence can operate on battery power depends on the number of batteries being used, 1 or 2, whether it's being operated in continuous or pulse mode, and of course, the device setting. Each battery contains a charge indicator on the battery face for convenience. Press the push button on the battery to see the charge level. Levels are indicated in 25% increments. To insert the battery, hold the battery with the pull tab facing up and insert into one of the rear battery ports. Make sure to press firmly on the battery until you hear it click. When removing the battery, pull up and out on the pull tab to remove the battery safely. The Independence can also be operated on DC power for use in a vehicle, RV, or boat. The DC power cord has a power connector identical to the AC power supply, as well as a DC power plug that can be inserted into the DC outlet within your vehicle. Always make sure the vehicle is running before connecting your device to the DC power outlet. Your device will recharge batteries while on DC power at settings up to 2.0 continuous and 4.0 pulse. To start the Independence, press and hold the green power button. When connected to AC or DC external power, a plug icon will appear in the upper left display screen. This display will indicate how many batteries are installed and the charge status of each battery. When batteries are being charged, a lightning bolt will also be displayed within the plug icon. The bottom left of the display indicates which mode the device is in, continuous or pulse, and the setting is indicated in the upper right. To switch from continuous to pulse, press the blue mode button. Use the up and down arrows to adjust the oxygen to your prescribed setting. The settings increase or decrease in 1/2 increments, regardless of delivery mode. In continuous mode, the Independence can deliver flow rates from 1/2 liter to 3 liters per minute. In pulse mode, the Independence can deliver dosages from 1/2 to 6. Your healthcare provider will prescribe your flow rate and which mode to use, continuous or pulse. Maintaining your Independence is as simple as cleaning the external inlet filter weekly. Remove the filter from the device, clean with warm water and mild detergent, squeeze out any excess water, and allow the filter to dry completely. There is no downtime with your Independence because it comes with an additional filter, so you can replace the filter that needs to be cleaned and continue to use your device uninterrupted. All the information in this video can be found in the user manual included with your device, as well as additional information on the capabilities of the Oxlife Independence. If you have questions regarding the use of your Oxlife Independence, contact your healthcare provider or call O2 Concepts Technical Support at 877-867-4008.